Hey guys, how are you doing? I hope you guys are doing well. If you're new here, welcome to my channel, and it's TT here. And you guys already know that I'm excited to be here because this episode is about reading, and I love coming here to read with you guys. So, that being said, if you don't already know, other than the other messages that I post, I also come on here to read to my, to high priestesses out there, to women out there, and I just talk about. I read books that, not just any book, because you guys already know, you guys that have listened to, the previous episodes, and you have, we've read, the ways of the priestess before this one. So this book is the Divine Feminine Energy. It's by Mari Silva, as well. Well, not the other author, by the way. So I come here, read to you guys, and you guys spend your time with me, which I do not take for granted, by the way, because I understand how important it is to use your time wisely. And I just want to thank you for sharing some of your time with me. Last episode on the reading, we talked about the difference. We talked about the masculine and the feminine energy, and we also discussed, the different exercises for the each archetype, to help you balance both energies, your masculine and feminine energies. This episode we'll be talking about you're never alone, and this message is from your spirit guides. So we're gonna dive into it. Just so you know, after reading, I also read, oracle cards, just for guidance, because why not? And oh my god, guys, my allergies are killing me right now. Like, I am going through it. So I don't even know how I'm here right now, but I'm going through it. And I'm sure some of you are going through it as well. Um, so yeah, anyway, I'm just gonna stop talking about allergies, and I'm gonna get right into it. So, chapter 5, you're not alone. And this message is from your spirit guides. So, whether or not you've been aware of it, you have never been alone. You've always had divine assistance waiting for you to acknowledge and accept. This help is offered to you by your spirit guides. But who exactly are these beings, and how do they make your life better? So, what are spirit guides? Your spirit guides are precisely what they sound like. They are guides that exist in spirit form. So they are not visible to the naked eyes unless you have the gift of an unawakened third eye chakra. In pretty much the same way that air exists but cannot be seen, your spirit guides are real, even if you can't see or sense them just yet. As you feel the effect of air, you can pick up on the presence and workings of your guides in your life. If you are sensitive to them or become observant, no one knows better than your spirit guides what would serve your highest purpose. You know, like, as I said, they know exactly what will serve, your highest purpose. They guide you. Okay. Um. Yeah. Anyway, let's get into it. No one could possibly offer you better advice than them. If you are confused because you have multiple options, your spirit guides can give you clarity to help you choose the best path of your intentions. Not only are they excellent advisors, but they also help you to plan, organize, and strategize your life. If you'd like to accomplish something by reaching out to them, they can help you implement your goals. Your spirit guides also play the all important role of working with the spirit of working with the spirit guides of others around you, so that the best outcome for everyone is always accomplished, which is so true. You ever think about how you meet someone and you just feel like, oh, everything is in alignment? That's what it is. That's because your spirit guide and their spirit guides are working together for yours good. And that's exactly what it is. And this is if you ask for their help, by the way. So okay, so let me read that again for you so you can understand. Your spirit guides also play the all important role of working with the spirit guides of others around you so that the best outcome for everyone is always accomplished, provided you ask for their help. They won't interfere or do anything without your permission, because otherwise their action will be in violation of your sacred free will. These amazing beings have been with you ever since you were born, whether or not you were aware of them. Not only do they know your present life, like the back of their hands, but they also know your past life. They understand how all these lives intertwine and affect one another. There is no better source to help you understand the challenges you face and the opportunities you may be missing out on than your spirit guides and their deep well of knowledge. Think of them as an energetic encyclopedias on everything concerning your past, present, and future. Different kind of spirit guides and their roles. So we have the guardian angels. These guides are known as life guides because they accompany you from before birth to after death, from one incarnation to the next. Anytime you feel confused about something, they're there to offer you the best advice. They are the reason you get the sense that you shouldn't be walking down a particular street at a specific time, even if you've always done so with no problems. They give you intuitive nudges to keep you out of trouble and lead you where you want to go. These beings are like best friends who never judge you and are always there for you. You could argue they are even better than friends because they never take their eyes off you and don't have to sleep or take a day off from work. So if you are ever in a sticky situation, know that you no longer have to be afraid. You can confirm the reality of these guys by telling them exactly how you want them to help you and watch in amazement as everything you ask for plays out beautifully, thanks to their intervention. We have the archangels. The archangels have their work cut out for them across various heavenly realms. They are powerful angels who are not to be trifled with. Why? Because unlike regular angels, and guides, they are tasked with job of caring for everything affecting every world, known and unknown, seen and unseen. In the darkest of times, they ensure humans do not annihilate themselves. They spread their loving kindness and warmth as an energetic shield protecting people from the darkness. Some people assume because the archangels have a broader scope of affairs to handle, they should never be called on for help. However, this is not the case. You cannot think of these beings as limited in space and time like humans. They can be everywhere all at once. You are part of the world they care for, so you can call out to them if you are intuitively led to them. We have the spirit animals. The interesting thing about spirit animals is that they embody the energy of the animal form they take. Your spirit animal is a source of strength you can draw from whenever you face challenges in tough times. Typically, the spirit animal has a unique quality, resilience, which is necessary for your particular life path. It is not unheard of to have more. It is not unheard of to have more than one spirit animal or to have your spirit animal change from time to time. Of what use are these spirit guides? You wonder, right? Well, you merely need to think about the attributes of each animals to appreciate what they bring to the table. For instance, the bear has unparalleled strength and the wisdom to hibernate when it's time. The snake is a representative of wisdom and regenerative power. The peacock teaches you to show your authentic self fully with no apologies and to be proud of who you are. The butterfly is the epitome of the power of transformation. Some people refer to these beings as animal totems. Bringing them to mind or asking for their help will yield good results. Then we have the ancestral spirits. Your ancestors can also act as a spirit guides. They are invested in your fears because you are their direct descendant. They have they have had to deal with the same struggles and challenges as you. Since they have already walked their path, they have wisdom and lessons to teach benefiting you in particular. Your ancestors are an excellent support system. You can draw from their strength and wisdom whenever you need to. Call on them if you feel you could use more courage or bravery. They are fiercely protective of their own. If you choose to interact with your ancestors, it is best to specify that you only want to work with those who have your best interests at heart. Remember, your ancestors were once humans, which means, like humans, some may be mischievous at best or downright awful at worst. Why does this matter? And this is so true, honestly. It's so crazy. Before reading this here, I've heard it before that if you want to connect with your ancestors, you should make sure that you're connecting with the ones with good intentions. And I'm reading it here, so it kind of makes sense. So, um, anyway, so imagine having a serial killer or cult leader as one of your ancestors. Not all ancestors have good intentions. Crossing over to the other side does not necessarily indicate that they have become good people. So you must be specific about who is allowed in your life and who isn't. And then we have the ascended masters. Once upon a time, ascended masters lived on earth just as you do. They have experienced many incarnations and learned so much. They have transcended the need to reincarnate on earth. Therefore, they serve on a spiritual plane, helping all humanity to navigate life's many challenges. They offer wisdom beyond anything imaginable. If you connect with ascended masters, they can help you understand your path and how to develop spiritually. These masters have been known to visit people in their dreams, teaching and offering insightful information about specific situations they are experiencing in their waking lives. I can tell you this is so true as a dreamer. Um, I get like most of my messages through my dreams, and as a dreamer, I can tell you that this is so real. And then we have the healing spirit and the messenger spirit. The spirits role also are exactly as their name suggests. Healing spirits are there to help you whenever you are mentally, physically, or emotionally down. They revive and rejuvenate your soul, soothing your body, mind, and heart. As for the messenger spirits, they show up with important pieces of information to help you along your path. Sometimes they'll use your dreams and other times they'll orchestrate engaging experiences that that upon closer inspection will reveal a deep, meaningful message for you. And we have the elementals. These are the spirits that are within all of nature. They are in water, fire, air, in earth. They are in every river, plant, ocean, mountains, etc. They remind you to get in touch with nature, to bring your soul into balance whenever you have lost your way. Now you know about the many spirit guides available. You should realize that you have access to them all as they play unique, essential roles in your life. And that is so true. That is true because I have access to each of them. And I also believe that every one of you does because we all do. I just wish people understand how much power they have within them. I wish people know, like, what they're capable of doing. Like, I wish people actually know that. And that's why sometimes I'm always looking like I'm yelling in your ears to like let you see how much you have, how much power you have within you, and how what you can do. Anyway, let's get into it. How spirit guides communicate with you. Spirit always have something for those who have eyes to see and ears to hear. The trouble is that not many people understand when their spirit guides are communicating with them. It's far more common to dismiss the attempts at reaching out as nothing more than mere coincidence. You are not going to make that mistake because you need to hear whatever messages they have for you. Once you become adept at knowing when they are communicating with you and reaching out to them in turn, you can seek their guidance on finding the balance between the divine feminine and the divine masculine in your life. So here's how to discern that your spirit guides are communicating with you. You experience synchronicity, right? Synchronicity is the union of a series of unlikely events in time and space in a way that is profoundly meaningful to the person witnessing them. Others may consider these as mere coincidence, but these synchronicities have meaning for you. People in touch with the divine spirit understand that there's no such thing as coincidence. The minute you accept this by default, you notice more synchronicity in your life as your guides attempt to reach out to you. What did this synchronicity look like? You may have noticed you keep waking up at a specific time or looking at the clock just when it has a precise set of numbers, like 11:11 or 4:4 or 4:44. You may see this number showing up often on receipt, on license plates, as a perfectly positioned group of football players with their jersey numbers creating that number. You could even hear these numbers in random conversations that have nothing to do with you, or turn on the TV just in time to see someone holding up a placard with the number. Synchronicity could also be a repetition of a certain event in various ways. For instance, Allison reported that she had experienced flooding in her house because of a broken pipe, only for her to get to work the next day and find that the office bathroom had suffered a similar fate. Our guys definitely wanted her to pay attention to something. Curious, she asked for guidance and received her answer in a dream. She was told she would experience a financial emergency, but it was imperative to keep positive through it all, because if she did, something wonderful would happen after upgrading her financial status. The next day, our relative needed to be bailed out, which cost more money than Allison could afford to spare without becoming uncomfortable. Still, she did what she could to help. No less than a week later, the same relative had a windfall after winning the lottery. Feeling gratitude to Allison for bailing her out, she gave her 10 times what she'd to bail her out. Synchronicity also involves receiving answers to questions. You may ask about something bothering you, only to turn on the radio and hear a musician belting out the exact line of the song. That is, this, guys, I'm laughing because this is so real. It's so real, but you're not gonna know until you accept that it's real and you pay attention. Okay, so comforting answer. Here's another fun story. Blake feels down about his life and alone. He didn't have anyone he could reach out to due to a terrible falling out he'd had with family and friends, resulting from a narcissistic smear campaign. He had a good cry in a cafe's bathroom and asked for a sign that things would work out fine. When he was done, he splashed water on his face to wash away his tears. As he opened the door to head back out, another man rushed in and the two collided, their heads bumping against each other. The man, embarrassed, apologized profusely to Blake, who stood there staring at the newcomer in awestruck silence. Why? Well, this man wore a T-shirt with these words written in bold letters: "You will never walk alone." To anyone else, that meant nothing, but for Blake, that moment was poignant, as if confirming a day later the narcissist who ruined his life was caught in a scandal that unraveled and revealed their many lies, vindicating Blake and restoring his connection with his loved ones. Another one is you encounter certain animals. You usually spot them in the weirdest places, and it feels like they've been waiting there just for you and no one else to find them. They may stare a little longer than an animal ordinarily would at a human. And okay, so another one is you dream of your guys. So guys can show up in your dreams to teach, comfort, warn, clarify, etc. These dreams don't feel ordinary. You wake up with the undeniable knowledge that you met your guide. Another one is they'll call your name or touch you. This one is so real. You see, I think other than, dreaming, the one I get the most again is calling me or touching me. Sometimes like I'm asleep and you know, I could literally get touched or even a pinch to literally wake up. And most times it's like in the earliest morning, and whenever I get that feeling is literally just telling me to pray. Most importantly, most time is just to pray. And you want to know the crazy part? If I don't pray, I'm not gonna fall back asleep again. Like I'm not. And but if I pray, right? If I pray, I can still fall back asleep. I know it's crazy, but you're not gonna get it until you get there. So this may sound crazy to you, but if I get that, I have to pray. So I get it a lot. I get like, my ears ringing or goosebumps or stuff like that. I get it a lot. I get the synchronicity a lot. I think a lot of people actually get that a lot. Um, they just don't pay attention, or they just think it's a coincidence, as the book said. Because I remember at my early life, I would think that too, but I never thought my dreams were, because my dreams have always been like a childhood thing till like now that I'm even an adult. Like it has been like a, a like my whole life thing. So, some people have a negative mindset about this. That is the name calling and the touching, right? Which is true. Where I'm from, back home, there's a really, really negative mindset about hearing your name being called. They think like someone is trying to harm you when you hear your name being called. And that's why they tell you when someone calls you, don't answer. When someone calls you and you're not sure if someone is calling you, don't answer. I got that a lot as a child. Anyway, so some people have a negative mindset about this. So their belief opens them up to trickster spirit. However, it is not weird to be woken up by your guides, softly whispering your name in your ear, or loudly if they have to warn you of something. Sharon's friend Myron had told her that he never needed an alarm clock to wake up, since he simply told his guides when he wanted to be up, and he'd be woken up at that time or a few minutes before. Sharon thought her friend was nuts, but she was open minded enough to try. She asked to be woken up by 4:30 a.m. the next day. Sharon was awoken by a warm hand that, in her word, felt full of love, as it gave her right shoulder a gentle squeeze. She looked at her phone, and sure enough, she watched the digital clock flip from 4:29 to 4:30. Since then, Sharon has actively pursued and developed a connection with her gods. And let me tell you guys, I have an alarm set, right, for 6 o'clock, but I can tell you that I always wake up before that, way before that time. And most times is because my guides want me to get some things done before I even step out of the house, right? And because they know like I have to pray, I have to do all these things. And then having to pray and all of that, and then going to work out after that, right? So there's some things that I need to do with myself, with my guides early in the morning, my phone away, with my journal and all of that stuff. I do that every morning. Now, this Lenten period, because I observe Lent as well, and this Lenten period I've been so crazy. I've fallen asleep, and then you get, when I said, or wake, or having to like, loudly wake you up if they have to warn you or something. I got it a lot during this Lenten period. And most importantly, it was loudly in the sense that I have never had my spirit guide literally pinch me by my leg to wake me up. Most times it's like I get a feeling, like a touch, I wake up, you know, and but this was literally like a pinch, it was a pinch, and I just I was like, oh, I just opened my eyes, and I was like, I get it, it's time to pray, right? And I just knew if I didn't pray, I wasn't going to fall asleep anyway. So I had to pray, I had to say the prayer, to pray for, say the prayers that I needed to say, and I was able to fall back asleep for another hour. So another one is your ears ring. I get that too. I get that too as well. So contrary to what the skeptic think, this isn't titanius, right? This isn't tinnitus. Tinnitus, I guess. You know it because when it happens, there's often something major going on around you, or you may have a thought that was so important your guys had to make you pause to pay attention. Whenever you hear that high pitched sound, observe what is happening around you and ask yourself what you were thinking of when you heard it. After hearing that sound, follow whatever urge you have, because it's your guide leading you away from danger or towards something extraordinary. And that is so true. I promise you guys, that is 100% true. You just have to pay attention. You literally, and it's not like, you know, trying to pay attention to every little thing that will drive you nuts. No, it's paying attention to the important things. Okay. All right. How to develop your intuition and receptivity to understand your guides. You can follow these 10 steps to help you tune into your intuition, which is how your spirit guides reach out to you. Number one is to meditate. Practice meditation every day to train your mind to get to and stay in the state that makes it easy to understand what your guides tell you. This is so true. Meditation, prayer, journaling, all of these things are the things that help me. As a child, I knew, because it wasn't normal to go to sleep and have those kind of dreams, and then you wake up, and then one day you're going about your day and the same thing that you saw in your dream is happening. That wasn't normal for me as a child, but it was something that I developed, right? So another thing is document your dream. Keep your journal beside your bed. When you wake up, don't move and don't plan your day in your mind. Instead, think about the last scene or feeling you remember from your dream. Then work your way backwards. When you can't remember anything more, open your eyes, grab your journal, and write your dreams down. Start with a key word representing each scene in the dream before filling in the details. This way, you don't forget the rest of your dreams while writing one out. The more you do this, the better your dream recall will be, and the easier it will be for your guides to reach you through your dreams. Another one is to make a list of things you want your guys to take care of. It could have two items or more. When you're done, address them as you would a friend and ask them to help you handle what you want. Be sincere, respectful, and appreciative of them. The more you do, the stronger the link between you and your guides. Be expectant. If you have never done this before, expect that your guys will reach out to you. Don't question it. Even if you don't get a response when you think you should, you may not receive an answer or a solution right away. But when you do, you'll find it's right on time and not a moment too soon or too late. Thank them constantly. Let me tell you, your guides love a grateful heart. And just like you as human, you appreciate a grateful heart. When you do things for people and they thank you and they appreciate you, you appreciate that as well. And anyway, think of the things in your life that have improved or are going well. The odds are high that your guides had something to do with it. So make a point of thanking them each day, not only for what they've done and continue to do, but also for their selfless companionship. Your appreciation is magnetic, drawing your guides closer to you. It fires them up to the point where your conversation and interaction become a moment to moment thing. Before moving on to the next chapter, you should notice yes, many naysayers say spirit guides are nothing more than a figment of imagination that desperately needs to be checked. However, there's only one way to refute this skeptical attack by putting everything you've learned here to work. Be prepared to be wowed by the reality of your guides. Think about what you hope to gain from this wonderful partnership you're about to become a conscious part of, and you are bound to succeed. Prioritize asking for their help, balancing the divine feminine and divine masculine in your life. You won't be disappointed. That is so real. I'm telling you guys, I am telling you. And as I said, you're not going to get it. You are not going to get it unless, you try it yourself. And anyway, we're ending the chapter there. That was the end of chapter 5. And we are going to chapter 6 on the next reading episode. But I'm just gonna go ahead to read your message from your spirit guides right now. And the first one says, don't place limits on yourself. You are an infinite being with unlimited potentials. Unlimited potential. You can have and be anything you want. Don't hold yourself back or allow anyone else to. This is your life. Live your truth and remain heart centered at all times. You are the author of your story. Do not listen to anybody. Okay. You have the power to get things done, to do whatever you want to do. You have the power to really be who you want to be and to do the things that you want to achieve. You have the power. And if someone told me years ago that I'm going to be here reading to you guys and talking to you guys, I would say no, because first of all, I, maybe I'm still kind of camera shy, but I just feel comfortable with doing this because I enjoy this. It makes me feel fulfilled knowing that I'm fulfilling my purpose, right? All right. So have more faith in yourself. Be proud of how you are navigating every curveball that life throws at you. How you deal with those times shows your true inner resilience. Nothing can break that. That in itself is an inspiration for others. Keep shining your light. Keep shining your light. I'm proud of you guys. Self-awareness is key. Take time today to go within and spend time with your soul. Go for a walk in nature and ground yourself. Meditate, listen to your favorite music, whatever you enjoy most. Do that today. Whenever you're listening to this, by the way, not necessarily when I'm posting it. So you need to ignore what everyone is doing and achieving. Your life is about breaking your own limits and outgrowing yourself to live your best life. You are not in competition with anyone else. Plan to outdo your past, not other people. I tell people that I am only in competition with myself, nobody else. Nobody else. I'm only in competition with myself. So whatever I'm doing today, I gotta make sure it's better than yesterday. Whatever I do tomorrow, gotta be better than today. Okay? I'm only in competition with myself. I only work with my own time. I do things on my own time, and I hope you do the same as well, because comparing yourself with other people is only you still in your joy, okay? And you don't want that for yourself. All right, I'm going to read the last one for you. If your mindset is fixed, try to free yourself from that. Rise above it. Don't place limitation on what you think you can achieve. Don't stand in your own way. Allow yourself to flourish in all ways. Welcome abundance in all forms into your life. I'm telling you, as someone who used to be so fixed, and even I think to some extent, I'm still a little bit fixed, but I know when not to be fixed. I understand that variety is the spice of life, and I understand that there are just some changes that I need to make. Change is constant, you know. We cannot just be fixed on some same situations in our lives. We cannot be fixed on some same people in our lives. Things have to keep moving. So the earlier you understand that, the better. And I'm just gonna stop there. And I hope that you find this episode helpful. Tell me in the comments. Let me know, where are you with, connecting with your spirit guides. Like, how is their journey going for you? Are you do you do that easily now? Are you struggling with that? I hope this episode helped you, be able to connect with your spirit guides. And also, I would like to know if you guys made it to the end of this video, and also to know if you find it really helpful. Just let me know, and I'll catch you guys on the next episode. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button and turn up your post notifications so that whenever I post, you get notified. That being said, I really want to thank you guys. No, I'm serious. I want to thank you for spending your time with me. I understand that your time is so important. Time is the most valuable thing to me, and I do not play with my time because I cannot get that time back. Money, resources, you can always get it back, but that time that you share with someone, or you share with something, on something that you spend on something, you cannot get it back. So it's important that you are spending that time on something that is worth it. So you spending your time with me is you telling me that I'm worth it, and I do not take that for granted. And I just want to thank you for spending your time with me. And until the next episode, I hope that you guys continue to take care of yourself and prioritize your mental health. And I'm rooting for you. All right, take care, and bye bye now.